डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन, 1975 के जो अरेस्ट थे जिसमें अडवाणी जी अरेस्ट हुए थे, जेटली जी अरेस्ट हुए थे, कई लोग अरेस्ट हुए थे, वो तो डेमोक्रेसी का बिल्कुल था। लेकिन अर्बन नेक्सस जिनके यहाँ यू फाइंड लिटरेचर विच हैज ramifications for internal security, that is an issue which crushes democracy in India. All those people who stand there and protest against CAA but use the example of cutting off the Northeast from the chicken neck with the rest of India, if they are arrested, then democracy comes under threat. I want to ask you, are we just going to be doing this rhetorical opposition because we are in opposition and don't anything else to do for the next 4 years? Or are we even going to look at facts once in a while?
Maybe it's a coincidence that Anand and we both are wearing green.
Yeah, no, good evening,
I hope
Navika.
it's not politically incorrect.
Ashutosh, I don't know when Mogu was born, but you certainly were born after 2014 because you only remember events that happened after 2014, nothing before it. But Navika, can I come back to the topic, please? You know, tonight on Christmas Eve, I make 2 appeals through you. One, to Santa Claus to pack in some brain in a sock, and 2, to Rahul Gandhi to make sure his bedroom chimney isn't blocked. Because if anyone has attacked democracy year on year, decade on decade, it is Rahul's own beloved Congress. You know, credence is given to any man's utterances only after knowing his antecedents. One swallow does not a summer make. And in Rahul's case, I suspect he has swallowed bhang, mistaking it for Bonvita. As it is, the man-child is an industrial scale liar. We have seen this on Rafale and 1,000 other issues. And whoever gave him his lines today must have thoroughly enjoyed this joint venture, if you know what I mean. India doesn't have democracy? Really? The very fact that the man can say this openly should be proof enough that we do. I repeat, making sense of him is as easy as consuming rasam with chopsticks. Let us begin from his great-grandfather, who dismissed duly elected state governments at will, arrested poets, jailed deserters, banned books, censored films, outlawed even the humble harmonium, for crying out loud. To his grandmother now, who amended the constitution at will and proclaimed the emergency. To his father, who deployed commandos to raid newspaper offices throughout Rushdie's satanic verses. To finally his mother, under whose remote control ran a government that became, you know, the arbiter of Section 366, that charged cartoonists with sedition. There exist as many as 275 documented instances of brutal trampling of democracy and freedom of expression under the Congress. 87 of those occurred in the last 15 years when Rahul Gandhi was politically powerful enough to have stopped these violations, but he didn't. Last June, the Congress government in Chhattisgarh arrested a man for complaining against power cuts and charged him with sedition. Navika, please give me 30 seconds. And Rahul says there is no democracy in India, even as Modi has never unilaterally overturned an SC verdict like Rajiv did, never abused Article 356 like Indira did, never passed a press objectionable act like Nehru did, even as Modi sits and watches Delhi being blockaded and held under a siege by farmers for close to a month. Honestly, breathing sense into Rahul is like giving CPR to a dodo. But then he is, after all, pure and perfect, particularly unique.